Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NHL podcast.
I'm Noah.
I'm Hamish.
And I'm Logan, and today we have special guest, Cammy.
Woo!
Yeah, bro.
I thought we were all using a fake name for him.
No, we're not.
We're not?
Everybody knows I ingest heavily in drugs. Oh, yeah, that's right. I gotta talk very close.
Yeah, you do. You've got to real
Spoiler
close.
alert. Today's topic is drugs.
Yeah, this episode's all about drugs. Yeah, woo. Hold
not
on.
the
I'll
medical
be back.
kind,
I'll do
right?
it quickly.
Okay. I don't know.
Logan's just closing the window because we probably shouldn't be shouting drugs out loud.
I don't want the police coming at my door. I'm already wanted.
Yes, you are. So, Cammy, is there any specific drug you would like to start talking about first?
We can go with my most addicted one, which is nicotine. I'm addicted to nicotine. I
Isn't
have
that-
been
Wait,
for
wait,
about
hold
month.
on. What did you just say?
Nicotine.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, Same.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Close to that colour.
Nah,
I mean,
Go
yeah,
on.
so it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
it's more like
Do you,
Nick.
do you use cigarettes to?
No, I don't do cigarettes. I vape. You can get way high nicotine out of vaping.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
So
basically,
what's your favorite flavor?
oh god, I don't care. Any high nic gets me going. It's seriously like everyone like jokes about it. Oh, Cameron, you're addicted. I seriously am very addicted to nicotine. I'm not even baiting. Like when I don't get nicotine, I'm really pissed off and I'm annoyed and I just like hate everything. But as soon as I get it, I'm nice and chilled. You feel relaxed. I mean, has anyone here vapes?
No.
Never.
No.
Really?
No.
Never.
No.
Have you,
Never.
I know
No.
this is probably not something you've ever thought of, but have you ever thought about, like, in the future not using a vape?
Like, yeah, I want to quit, but it's really hard. Addiction is a very mental problem. But
Yeah, I can relate to that. It's called
Yeah.
games.
Get
video
yourself
games.
a zap collar. Put it around yourself. And you zap yourself every time you take a hit.
oh jeez. Well, you can get it off by like using low nicotine. So like you go from 60 to 6, and then I probably could get off. But at the moment, I'm just like so bored. It's just something to do.
It's just something other in your life to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
And-
I understand that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can. So none of us here is vape, so you don't know the feeling of getting that head rush.
No.
No.
Nothing beats the head rush. Oh my god, I chase that like 24/7.
There's a reason we invited you onto the show, because
You're
the one that
you're
knows-
our
Oh.
professional.
I'm the professional.
You're
I'm
the
one and
professional
only thing.
druggie.
Yeah.
Just your friendly neighborhood drugger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally your friendly neighborhood drugger.
Cops, I got them around the corner.
Because,
What?
well, Cammy is a very friendly dude.
I'm very friendly.
He is.
But I'm also extremely addicted to many different types of drugs.
What are some of the other drugs that you're addicted to?
Marijuana. I'm not addicted to. Oh, I'm pretty addicted to it. I'm worried about marijuana actually because I've been doing it a lot more recently.
What are some of the side effects that you've experienced?
Marijuana.
Yeah.
Lowering my attention span.
Oh, and that's already pretty low.
Yeah, it's always been pretty low. I have to admit that. Yeah.
Do you feel like speaking out on this podcast right now about your marijuana and vape addiction that you might get in trouble with the police?
No, they can't really do anything, even though I'm admitting to take it. But everyone admits to it. Like if you go around, you could ask people. You know, everyone has a vape. Everyone smoked weed and stuff.
Well,
so.
not everyone. We
well,
don't.
not yet.
We haven't.
Not us.
Oh, no, a lot of kids do though. It's becoming more of a problem if you look at the statistics.
Yeah.
A lot more kids own vapes than they smoke.
Which isn't a good thing.
Oh no, it's not a good thing.
No,
No.
it's a
No.
terrible thing.
And the message of this episode is don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, don't do drugs, because even though if you're under 13, you should not be able to view this video.
The only
This is
drugs you should
definitely
take
13
are the ones
plus.
from your doctors that are prescribed.
I mean,
Yeah.
even like, do you know what's in the prescribed stuff that the doctors give you?
Oh, fucking hell. You
some
and
of
I have
it's
had this
crazy.
conversation before where some of the shit that they've put in there,
Yeah.
like, whoa,
It's
you
insane.
you can get extremely high off that shit.
Yeah.
There was a case in back in the day in America where doctors would prescribe opioids at an extreme rate, and that's why Americans are addicted to heroin more often now, because they would be prescribed this opioids, which is in heroin. Heroin's a synthetic opioid.
Just
So-
like how Coca-Cola used to be pure cocaine.
Coca-Cola's good without the cocaine though, so I have to.
I really wish they'd go back to their old
Oh.
recipe.
Oh God, I need to try cocaine. I've heard some good things about cocaine. We'll try that later. Not now.
Didn't you say that you're trying to get off your drug addiction?
I want to try them all. I want to give a lot of psychedelics a try because that will give you closer to nature and God. Like
Mm.
that's how like most of the ancient tribes probably got their god. They took like salvia and then they started seeing this magical god and they were like, oh yeah, bro, that's probably a god. Let's sacrifice the village to him. Like
Hell yeah.
salvia is a crazy drug.
What is it?
It's salvia. It's like a South American hallucinogen. It's one of the like worst hallucinogens you can take. A lot of people take salvia and like kill themselves. They jump out of windows, and they like jump downstairs. It's a drug that you want a trip setter for. But
Right.
I want to talk about my first time on the marijuana
Yes,
Okay.
certainly.
because I actually had a really 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 good start to marijuana because I tried indica, and if you don't know what indica is, it is a it's very close to, I guess, sleep aid, and it's a medical marijuana basically. Really, really,
Oh,
really,
yeah,
really
yeah.
good start. Super chill. You all good?
I
Okay.
thought you said nigga.
Sometimes it does sound like you used to do say that.
Yeah.
though. When you say nicotine.
Yeah.
So my first time, I did two cones. I don't cough, which I'm surprised. And I sat down, I ate Skittles, and it was a very, very chill time. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be like hell. But I was so used to that. So my second time, I had a sativa. It was about 22% THC, which is rather strong. So,
Oh, yeah. What do you usually have?
whatever I can get.
Which is usually.
What's ever on
Sativa.
the market?
Yeah, fresh off the street scene.
Right.
Sativa straights. So there's no back in it.
Oh yeah.
So
Slaves, let them on.
So sativa straights is God, maybe my favorite to ingest. Indica's nice, I guess, but I don't really like it. If I get a mix, it's pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
How are your shapes over there, Hamish?
Oh, Hamish is eating. Of course, you're eating,
He
Hamish.
said pretty good.
Oh, Hamish. Bugging out on the job, mate.
Yeah, bloody hell. You should fire him and hire me.
It's now the NCL podcast.
Yeah.
Noah, Cameron, Logan. That's funny.
What about the Noah Caleb Logan?
Hamish just slammed the door.
Dude, slaves, you're meant to be doing your job.
Okay, sir, take your shoes off. Hey, this ain't no Muslim territory.
Wait, why the hell does Caleb have a mic? who the hell gave Caleb a
He's
mic?
replaced Hamish.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
replacing
Oh,
us.
yes.
Yeah,
Dope.
so it now can be the official NCL
Podcast, yeah. So everyone who's listening right now, Caleb is like our quote unquote sound director. He basically makes sure that
Sound
we're
boy.
all our sound boy. He basically makes sure that we aren't too loud, which is all the fucking time. Cause
Yeah, Logan, you're loud.
I know. So are you,
He's
bro.
I'm not
always
that loud.
They suck at being
It
quiet.
depends.
Yeah.
It really
they
depends.
really
See-
do.
See, most of the time I can be quiet, but when it comes to the podcast, I just turn up my energy like 50 million.
It's like you got some sort of ADHD.
I actually am on the spectrum. Fun fact.
Are
Same
you
here.
really?
Yeah, I am. I'm like a mix of all kinds of fucking
Are you
shit.
low on it though?
I don't fucking know. I haven't been tested.
Then how do you know you're
I
on
just
it?
know. I just know, like, based off of like what I've seen in the world.
Google?
And no, not Google. No, Google is shit.
Never Google your symptoms.
No, never
online.
Google your symptoms
Oh.
unless your name is Cammy,
I
in
have
which
a-
case
I have
maybe
a-
you should Google
I
your
have a
symptoms.
common cold. I guess I have colon cancer. Like,
Yeah. Always go to the doctors.
Depends on what doctors you're talking about there, Noah.
So, is there any other medical drug that you've taken that is like?
morphine.
Have you taken morphine?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
tried
that's
morphine.
painkiller. Yeah.
It's a opioid painkiller.
Yeah.
I tried it in a small amount when I nearly broke my neck in a car accident.
Oh,
Oh,
so you were given it as a medical thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't try it on the street. I'd probably be laced with some sort of fentanyl and be sitting there dying.
What is fentanyl?
It's one of the most dangerous drugs in the world. It's, I believe it's mixed with heroin or crack a lot of the time. A small amount will kill you.
Oh, speaking of
Oh.
crack, one of our slaves just came up to me and told me that their cousin's on crack.
That's perfect timing considering, well, we're in the middle of a drug episode.
True.
True.
Holy shit. This has already been going on for like 10 minutes and that like never happens. 'cause
That's
It's only
crazy.
1:51 p.m.
That's crazy. That means we started early
Yeah, we started really early.
It was like 5 minutes to the bell, and yeah, we're getting ready. So
Yeah.
Mm.
It's called a quick setup, boys.
So, is there any other drugs you want to talk about?
my chronic addiction to marijuana. But there is some. I have some funny stories on marijuana, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, continue with them,
Okay.
please.
So when I was this is a cool one. Okay, I was.
What
sitting-
what do you mean when you say cool?
This is like normally you don't skits on marijuana, you don't see anything, but I started like hearing voices. It was so fun. I was sitting there. Right?
Fun.
I was sitting there on my couch. All right, it's like a lazy boy, like a you know those things with footrests.
Yeah,
lazy boys.
They're my couch is insane. I was sitting there. I just did a strand called AK-47. Really nice strand. It was a sativa. I don't know why. Every time I do drugs, I become very religious. So I was sitting on my couch and I had my eyes closed. I couldn't open them; they were completely shut. And I start hearing these voices, and I see this text start scrolling, and I'm like, "What
Scrolling.
is this?"
Scrolling
In my
from
head.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, "What is this?" I couldn't make out what it was saying.
It's
and
the
then
credits to your life.
There goes my
movie.
life. I'm overdosing. No, there was these
Credits start rolling.
there was these crazy credits, and then I see like this angel figure. There was two of them, and they were like, I hear a voice, and it says, "Cameron, you need to clean up. We know all of your sins." And I shat my undies. I like jump forward, and I'm like, "Ew, what the fuck?" It was some crazy stuff. Not gonna lie. But then I just became a spastic.
You still are.
Yeah. Also, when someone says, when I'm on someone goes, "Cameron, don't have a seizure," I have the fattest seizure of my life. Not even baiting. I just have a fat spasm. It's very fun.
Very fun
'Cause
having a spasm.
It feels like I'm going at like 60 miles per hour, and it's just lit. I just go ring, and I'm off. Also, biking stoned is super fun.
Biking stuff.
Biking
Because
stone.
you can do it normally, but your brain, what my brain does, it's like, "Hey, Cameron G, we got to turn on super mode," and I'm like, "Okay, time to go super mode 300%," and then I go zoom, and then I thought I was gonna kill myself one time because I sped off, and then I stopped, and I started laughing like a lunatic, and I was like,
Welcome
So-
back, Hamish.
Yeah, welcome
The
back.
food I
Hamish.
just ate tasted like mince.
"That's gross."
So, is there any other drugs that you want to try in the future?
LSD, MDMA, salvia, crack, cocaine, basically all of them. Meth.
Speaking of meth, Caleb has decided to draw.
I
meth.
might try and break my neck again just so I can get on the green whistle. That shit looks fun.
Well, I mean, I am on a drug.
The green whistle? What's the green whistle?
It's like a painkiller.
Oh, it's that whistle that
Yeah,
they blow.
the
Yeah,
whistle,
wait.
yeah.
I don't understand how it works. Is it like making you focus on that so you don't feel the pain, or is there actually a drug inside of it?
Yeah, it's a drug. It
Oh,
probably
okay.
releases opioids.
So, Hamish, do you have any questions for our guest, considering you haven't been present for this entire episode, you piece of shit?
Hey, for about 5 minutes. That's about.
That
half the
was not
episode.
5 minutes. That is, but it's almost the whole length of the fucking episode that you've
I
been
asked
eating.
a few questions already, but another question I have is, do you feel like if someone else walked up to you saying, "Hey, I want to get off drugs," and you still been on drugs, what advice would you give them if they asked you they want to get off drugs?
That's a good question. So, to get off drugs is not an easy thing. I don't know if rehab works a lot of the time, but what I would recommend is to love yourself, find respect in yourself, and find the root cause of your drug addiction. A lot of the time, it's not because, "Oh, it feels so good, I want to do it." It's because people are sad or lonely. So what I would do is I would tell them, you need to find your problems, you need to confront your problems, you have to find trust in God, and then you will be fine eventually. But you just got to wait and take a day at a time.
There's some very good advice there, Cameron.
Wow, wise words.
The
Very
start's
wise
always the
words.
hardest to get off drugs. Because you just have so like much craving for it. You're just like, "Oh, I want it right now, bro." Like, you just go find it. That's what happens to a lot of crack addicts. They live their life from hit to hit
Mm.
on the street, which It's not Bubble Boy.
Did you seriously just say Bubba Boy?
Yeah,
we
just
have
said
now
Bubba
introduced Bubba Boy into the universe
Oh,
of NHL.
congratulations.
And it will be killed off very quickly.
Good.
So once you've tried all of your drugs, do you think you'll be able to quit? Like, do you think you'll be able to get off the grind?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably. I don't know. It depends. I don't know if I will try mainly Class A's, but I do want to try like psychedelics so I can see stuff.
For your sake, I really hope that you do.
Oh yeah, nicotine's a pain in the ass. That's you just have so much craving for that drug.
Ken, leave us. You're not the special guest anymore.
Yeah, with the first episode, this is now the third.
Gosh, and the third episode is almost over.
Yeah, actually, no, the third episode actually should be over, considering we've gone 15 minutes into
All right,
this
do we
episode.
want to end this off now then?
Yeah, we
Thank
should
you,
end this off.
Cammy.
That is
yeah,
amazing.
If you have one thing to say to those out there, what do you want to say?
Don't do drugs.
Thank you,
Don't
Cammy.
be
you.
like Kim.
Okay.
This has been the NHL podcast.
Oh, that's meant to be my line, considering I'm the main host for today. Thank you.
Shut up.
All right, this has been the NHL
Hello,
podcast.
runners
Thanks for
with the
listening.
NHL podcast. Thank you for listening very much.